Namaste. Which is more important, dharma or duty? That is the question with which I begin today. And why I wanted to talk about this is I came across a very beautifully written article which was a comparison between Bhishma and Jatayu. Bhishma from Mahabharatam and Jatayu from Ramayana. And here in that article it was written so beautifully about Bhishma. It said he was such a warrior and he was such a great person, more than a warrior, a very great person. He gave up his entire life for the future of Hastinapur. He did not get married, he did not have a family, he practiced celibacy, and he is held in such a high regard. All of us know that he is even called Pitama. So everybody used to address him with so much respect. But there was a day when even he regretted what he did. All of us know how Draupadi was disrobed in the front of everybody by Duryodhana, and at that time she ran to each and every one there, asking them to protect her, asking them to save her. Nobody could help her because everyone was scared of Duryodhana. Then she went to Bhishma, the Pitama, and she fell on his feet and she said, "You are the one who can save me. If you stand up for me, then nobody can do anything." But Bhishma, he just hung his head down. He did not say anything. He did not stop what was happening. And that has gone down in history. And then it is also said that after that day, Bhishma was always regretting this in his life, and he could never look at Draupadi and talk to her because he always remembered how he let her down that day, because that was a day when he thought his duty was more towards the Kauravas, because he was with them and Draupadi was from the Pandavas side. So if he tried to save her, then he would be doing something against the Kauravas, and he did not want to do that because he wanted to follow his duty. But then, what is dharma? Dharma is something far beyond duty. Duty is where you have to, if you're working for somebody, then whatever that person wants, you do. But is that according to dharma is a big question. Many times people face this in their lives. So there Bhishma also faced it. Dharma is when a woman is in trouble, especially when she is being, disrobed in front of everybody. It is the dharma that anybody there tries to protect her and save her modesty. But Bhishma was standing only with duty. He was only thinking about the duty and he forgot his dharma. But later on he regretted it throughout his life. This is what we read. At the same time, this article compared this with Jatayu. Jatayu is a bird, a very old bird, very aged bird. And when Ravana kidnapped Sita, and when they were flying, she sees Jatayu, she calls out. She doesn't even ask Jatayu to save her because she knows he can't. Such an old bird, what can he do? Whereas in Mahabharat, Draupadi begged Bhishma to save her. Still he couldn't do it. He did not do it. But here Sita only tells Jatayu, "See, if at all my Rama will come searching for me, please tell him that this Ravana is taking me this side." She doesn't even know who that Ravana is. She just says, "Just tell him that I've been taken this side, at least the direction, the way." And Jatayu, but what Jatayu did was, Jatayu did not think, "I'm only a bird, what can I do? Okay, she wants me to tell Rama, I will tell him." It's not like that. Is only the duty because she asked him to tell, okay. But he was thinking of dharma. He said, "Oh my God, somebody is kidnapping Sita. How can I let this happen? A woman being kidnapped." And so he flew up as much as he could. He tried to stop Ravana. But Ravana was too powerful and he slashed Jatayu with his knife, sword, and Jatayu fell down completely hurt. We all know that. But he was holding on to his life until Rama and Lakshmana came that side searching for Sita. And he told them that, "Yes, I saw Ravana taking her away and he must be going towards Lankeshwar." Lankeshwara, Sri Lanka was called like that those days. He must be going towards that side, so you go and save Sita. After saying that, he breathed his last. So there he did not think, "I am only a bird. I am not expected to save Sita. How can I do that? So he could have kept quiet, but he did not do that. His feeling that dharma should be upheld, it made him go and fight. So when this comparison was there, when I read it, I was just thinking, see, today, that was of course history, epic, all that. But today, in the day-to-day life, what I am seeing again and again, when I do counseling, especially when I talk to young people, I really feel very bad, because today there are no, I feel very sad to say this, but that's the truth. There are no moral values. People do not understand the concept of dharma. Especially youngsters, middle-aged people, they feel they can do anything to achieve what they want. They can get away with anything. Nothing is wrong. Whatever you do is fine. If it can get you the result, is fine. The ways and means you need not worry about. This is what everybody is thinking. This is what everybody is talking and doing also. So where is dharma? What kind of life are we living? Where are the moral values? And I always feel we are born as a human being, and it is always said that the birth of a human being comes after so many lives, after so many lifetimes. So it's a kind of different kind of species that we are, a little elevated kind of species compared to the other species in the world, other form of life in the world. So our thinking has to be a little higher. Only we can talk about dharma. A fish may not think about dharma, though it may be living according to dharma. And other creatures in the world may not be thinking about or talking about dharma, but a human being can. So in our day-to-day life also, if we try to keep this concept in mind that whatever I am doing, let it also be according to dharma. And what is dharma? We are not talking about some strange, weird theories, no. Dharma is when you do something which is expected at that particular moment, where you do not hurt anybody, and you do the right thing to save anybody's life or to save anybody's modesty, or you do what is generally considered as right. So that way, the concept of dharma, I think we have to reinstate it once again in our mind, rewrite the concept in our mind, and whatever we do, whatever, every thought, word and deed of a human being should also bear in mind that it should be according to dharma, not only what we want to achieve or what is our duty. It has to go beyond that. So let us all think in a little elevated way, in a little higher way. If every human being starts thinking according to dharma, then just imagine there will be no pain in the world. The world will be a much better place to live in. Today we are facing so many difficulties only because many human minds did not have this dharma in the mind. I do not want to mention anybody, but dharma is where you do not hurt anybody else. You do not harm mankind. You do not do anything wrong for others. So let us keep this in mind. And I always feel this kind of a concept, we cannot just lecture or talk to children and make them understand. It doesn't work. I do so much counseling. I see so many people. I keep talking to them. And the only way in which a younger person, meaning a small child or an adolescent or even a little grown-up adult probably, can inculcate some good habits is when he sees the elders in the house doing it or acting accordingly. So parents, grandparents, other relatives, instead of lecturing to your child, if you can live by dharma, if you can make your conduct such that the child looks at it and says, that is how I should also behave. And that's what happens. Children pick up a lot of things from parents. So when a child sees the mother and father throwing bad words at each other and finding fault with each other and blaming each other for all the wrong things that they may not have done also, but then suspicion is there, so they keep on blaming them, throwing all these words at them, and the child grows up seeing all this. Then there is no concept of dharma in the child's mind. The child also feels, if I am angry, I can also speak bad words. So if you want your children, or we all have to only think about that, because the future is in the hands of the younger generation. So if we want the younger generation to change, today they are thinking in a very wrong way. If we want them to change, there's no point in making them sit and talking to them. That will not work at all. But those in the house, those who are near them, elderly people, grown-up people, if we make up our minds to act according to dharma, to have moral values, then looking at us, looking at the people around them, these children will imbibe at least some of those qualities, and it is very much needed for the future of mankind. So let us keep that in mind, and it is not only duty that is important, but dharma is most important for mankind to live a more elevated kind of life, and let us pave the way for that.